add this in as well. The last time these guys played each other was over a month ago, which means that Bad News Bears did not get a chance to play this paiN Gaming after the fact they did spend 2-3 weeks over in Europe, right? And the last time they did play, paiN Gaming actually won that as well. So definitely I do have, you know, I think for Bad News Bears, this is really where we're going to take the test, right? These guys have been stuck in North America practicing against North American teams. paiN Gaming, fresh, you know, back from Europe, having played the DreamHack qualifier, I was going to say DreamHack event over there. So definitely, yeah, excited stuff. We are live though with the first map.
Yeah, we are. I'll just throw in my prediction. I don't have to do one because I'm a host, but yeah, go Bears. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm repping the Bears here today, I think. But we'll see if paiN can bring that level, bring that heat. Right now, it's a T-side start for the Bad News Bears, and they're running right into A with an opening kill. Nekkz missed shots, but he does recover. He loses PKL under Balk, and now Nekkz is all that stands on this A site. I say on the site, he's been pushed out of it, in fact. Bomb getting planted, and a retake with a man disadvantage. Think as well, doesn't make it any easier.
Oh, PTR's removed one though, and look at him, he's in CT, he's shooting them in the back. Big Zera can't deal with him. Oh, that's nice. Little exit, but that's all it's really going to amount to, as this pistol round is dominant in favor of Bad News Bears. I love that from PTR.
Here's another prediction. I feel like out of all the games we've had so far, this one has the most potential into making it a 3-mapper.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what you're thinking, Robin?
Yeah, I'm thinking
actually,
3 maps. I think it's a guarantee 3 maps today we're going to be seeing between these two teams. They've done it before.
I can almost feel the the smirk on your face there, Robin, as you say that. I know you're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, I'd love to be some more Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
but I say that as well, right? Just again, right? I think like I said, Bad News Bears really impressed me yesterday. It's more so as well. Last time they played, I do think that these guys are probably pretty even, as we can see in the results and stuff like that. But keep in mind, you know, RMR event, both teams are prepped. Consistency as well between these two as well tends to be swapping the series, whoever wins.
Yeah, they're 5-5 in maps against each other, so equal.
One overtime.
But in that, both times, paiN have won nuke. So that is the second map, that is their pick. They always insta-ban Mirage, which is why, or at least against these guys, so it's why it's so surprising to see this map here.
Yeah, so see what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Robin, I'm agreeing with you.
All right,
3 maps.
It's all right.
3 maps.
Hugo on the prediction train.
But I still think Bears win it.
You think Bears? Bears in 3?
In 3. Now Robin's scolding at me, I know.
No, that's all right.
Don't worry, you'll have the last laugh.
Exactly. This is a buy from paiN coming in. They lost the pistol, but Sappy has tag. I say that, but it's Nekkz actually. But it's a trade at least on Catwalk. Wonder if PTR is going to be clearing this angle. He's not. Oh my god, the 180 on John G as well from Biggest Era.
I changed my prediction.
Yeah, I would at this point. 4-on-2 situation. That was a nice flick. That was nuts. That should have never happened. And because of that, this is a very difficult round to win now for Bad News Bears. They have the ball both on Cat and the B side, but yeah, I kind of feel like you have to do this if you're Swisher. Try and make a play, you know, even out the scoreline a little bit, and he does. 2-on-3 now. Bomb still not down. I said they have bomb, but they don't. It's actually stuck by the mid area of a Catwalk, actually. Oh, and what a round from Biggest Era. 4 kills to his name. The second one was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, everything about that round was perfect, right? They dropped the nade on Alta, who was so low on short, and I thought it was going to go very bad because Nekkz on short, spraying his MP9 into the nade, and he can't actually see that that player is dead because of the smoke kicked up by the HE. But then a couple of deegs out of nowhere, smoke on the bomb, and Bad News Bears get trapped out of out of the package. So 1-1, and we got the buy back in. But that's great for paiN, right? That's going to put them in pole position right now. All the money. 1 AK on John G. He's going to have to do something crazy to win this round for Bad News Bears.
Yeah, PTR with the scout. There are some armors and some nades. 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs. That's a good opening. PKL And that's the
PKL
mid player.
He swang mid and he saw nothing. He
Look
didn't
at
swing
this, though.
far enough.
Look at Neck, he's already in T spawn here. I was gonna say, if Bad News Bears makes the call to go over towards A here, but they're actually making the call towards B. Looking at Hearts Out to at least get the 1 kill here now. And he does.
Oh, that's a mess. Bomb's loose. Hearts Out still holding on, and they lost him in the smoke. This is very weird. Saf is coming on this flank. Neckers is in apps, but he does get caught. Neckers, they don't know. He is the man behind enemy lines, but he's given away his position, and Hardstar's got to somehow help out. Neckers getting tagged by the scout. Still loads of time for Bad News Bears, considering they have these two locked in. They don't need to rush. That smoke's a problem, though. PTR going to cover apps while Alta gets closer. Going to jump on over. Oh, my goodness. Alta deciding against taking a close fight into good pre-fire, leaving Neckers low in apps. Got to try and plant safe so he can't get stopped. And once he has, well, this has got a lot harder for Neckers. No chance. He's still thinking about short. Peter crossed to the site, and it's going to be the Bears finding their force by right back. Only 1 AK, and they get it done.
Yeah, and despite the fact that Neckers just had a really quick on the flank there, but doesn't land the shot. Really patient play from Bad News Bears as well once they hit the bomb site. Exactly what you would like to see. So while it was a scary round, they win it back. And if you're paiN here, this is where it gets a little bit murky if you're CT, right? Because you keep on winning, losing. So you're forced to rebuy here. Safi does land the hit onto PTR, but PTR lands the headshot, so gets the kill. And it's when you're 4 members left here now from paiN, I would love to see a bit more of a gamble. So we're gonna talk about stack aside. If they hit the other one, we have a save for next. Start of rounds like these.
Are just looking like they want to keep this kind of spread, right? I agree. Like usually you'd see teams looking to group up exactly as you say, it might take a bit of a gamble, but with this real estate gained from Neckers' Palace push, now there's a bit of a spanner in the works. John G's hit a bit of a timing in through connector. He's quickly figured out though that this A site does have a good few bodies in it. Alta can't trade these kills out, and so still alive inside the site is Neckers, finally brought down by Swisher. Hardzau's holding for the cross and is good for the double. That's huge out of Hardzau. Exactly what we needed. Someone to step up, someone to make something of this kind of chaos that we find ourselves in right now. Swisher with the bomb plant, tiny little ledge on that smoke, trying to peek through it, but I don't think there's a gap. So Swisher is given a chance at the 1v2, doesn't know where either of the players are. It's been some time since either of them were seen. Bomb's not planted for CT, so doesn't have to swing out to deny it. He can spam the box as well. Low HP on the second man and damage to PKL. Both players now low. Time on the side of Swisher. He doesn't have to peek. PKL's feeling all the pressure. Fake on the bomb. Baits the peek out, but there's no time for the defuse.
Oh, that's even a bit risky though, nonetheless, but Swisher, a round win is a round win, so we take those. But yeah, that's a bit of a risky spray there. Maybe not expecting them to have a kit. She did it. So what kind of makes that round as well, though. Heartsaw with 2 nice kills, leaving Swisher in that 1 versus 2. But because of that, they kind of stabilized Bad News Bears. We'll be forcing paiN on an eco here now. PKL really the only one. Armor AK, the Deagle armor for Neckers, but so that it's pretty dry.
Yeah, it's a nice safe decision on a broken buy for paiN. Just execute A, get those smokes in. Palace pop with a flash, and paiN are going to get cordoned out of this bomb site. Nothing to do about it. Not a rounder there looking to retake either. PKL might even just want to save if no kills get offered up. And, well, John's going to get aggressive with a flashbang, pushing into the spawn. Oh, dear, the jump. PKL deals with him. And, oh, no! Through the smoke, this is getting out of control now. Oh, my goodness. This should never have been a paiN gaming round, but they've made it interesting. Another flash into spawn. And Swisher getting caught between 2. PKL on for the ace, denied by PTR. And keeping this round alive. Getting the gun gone leaves only Deagles left up. 2-on-3 and no peeking for Bad News Bears mean paiN aren't being given the option. They're waiting for the ramp flank. It needs to have results, and that it does. But Spongy's still standing, and he's standing strong. 2 and a third coming up. Neck is chasing him down, and it's the pre-fire for Spongy. 4 for Bad News Bears. And that got a little bit scary.
Yeah, 2 very close rounds here, but being on the T side at least, economy is the last thing you have to worry about, getting the bomb down. Sure, it's going to be a scrappy round, but yeah, the very nice sequence here from PTR getting the 2 kills in CT spawn, and same thing goes for PKL. Even making that a potential round win. There's some really good moments this whole round, actually. Spongy with the 1 versus 3 at the end to close it off too. And now, oh wow, it's not sure if the PC is on fire there or if we
Big smoky vape here.
Yeah. That is really, I can see why a pause was called. Should we see the first weapon round here now, though?
Oh,
that was great.
Yeah, that was a really good sound effect as well.
thanks, dude. I use method acting a lot.
And look at this. It's actually hard stuff picking up the AWP here. Instead of Safi.
Method acting means you were using a real piece of equipment to make that noise, by the way.
Yeah, that was a joke, but now I've been rumbled. Don't worry, it is just my tongue.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Surprised that he's even keeping this. He had a good spawn towards mid hard zone in the beginning, so he wanted to take a peek there, but keeps it towards that B bomb side instead. Safi has an aggressive position in A instead.
Oh wow, he's seen some fingers. He's seen him. Wasn't able to do anything. Needs to ring it out with a little bit of damage, and mid-control taken, looking like it's shaping up to be a B split. With Jonji in the window, the trade is facilitated onto Neckers, and now Big Zera sees the short players. He's calling for B rotations, but look at Bad News Bears. They're not committing to the B play. Instead, they've rotated in through lower, putting another man in window with Jonji, trying to get into this A bomb site, and Safi can't get anything done. PKL is now the 1 defender left at this side of the map. That Molotov misses by the looks of things. I mean, you know, it mollies CT, but it looked like it was to try and force a peek out from that corner. PKL is allowed to hang about as a result and gets away with that kill, bringing us back into a 3-on-3.
You can't rotate here. Look at Hartzau. He's locked out of window. If he goes through, he's dead. And so he has to go the long way around walking it. Time is going to be the biggest problem. And there's players everywhere in mid, in ramp, in jungle. And so PTR is just going to stop a defuse. He checks it. It's clean. And they're wondering why they're not getting fights. Well, now they are. But as they try and escape, Hartzau will run with the AWP, but there's not far to go because they're right around the corner. Oh, dearie me. 4 health. He's a dead man. Oh. Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Nice bait from Spongy. And free AWP as well. You take that. 5-1 up. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I mean, this is just great stuff out of Bad News Bears. I love that decision. You know, you get spotted at short. Jonji, man, are you all good?
He's lighting incense, dude.
Guys just sat there in a house fire. It's like a living picture of the "this is fine" team.
Nice.
I reckon he's feeling fine.
I reckon he's feeling great. Real nice, real relaxed.
Maybe getting a bit stressful over in the paiN house, though. Some very close rounds, some very winnable positions, but post plants on A are too hard to handle.
And remember, Neckers did say that he didn't want to commit beyond saying that they were ready for Bad News Bears, and that he thought PTR was being a bit cute by saying that they were prepared for them. So far, so good for Bad News Bears. PTR definitely coming out on top.
I mean, heck, even the way that the veto went, right? They were definitely prepared for Mirage as well to come into play.
Sure.
So probably had a bit of an idea coming into this first map of approach in which they want to take against Bad News Bears on this map. Haven't been paying off yet, though. It's one thing to have an idea, but it's another thing to properly execute on it as well. Another entry, and it's just been the Bad News Bears show here in the beginning, I'd argue. Looking to be 6-1. Safi hasn't had the AWP yet. And he was one of the main guys yesterday. Very aggressive with that. Giving his team a lot of opportunities.
Free round here, though. It's already done. paiN just don't know it yet. Flashed into B and the bomb planting. We've even got Alter in mid to cut off any kind of cat rotate if there were to be one. The Mag 7 in market. All right. Sure.
What do you reckon he's gonna do, Hugo? Give me a breakdown of Hards out attempting a Mag 7 kill.
I think he's going to die if he goes out the market, Harry.
Well, that doesn't sound like an award-winning strategy, Hugo.
No.
He's
so patient.
He's doing the old one and done upgrade maneuver. He needs someone to run round a corner that gives him a face full of swag 7. And then he runs off with an AK, but they're not even giving him that right now. Very disappointing for him.
Oh, and he dies to the bomb. So the old one and done, you know?
The old none and done, actually, from market.
That was definitely not part of any long-term strategy he had there.
No. Fair enough, not wanting to save the mag, but I think he had armor, so not worth. Deep plant, though. He would have survived if it was default. He was back market. If it was default, he'd be fine, but it wasn't, so he wasn't fine. Crazy how that works. 6-1, and here's the big buy from paiN. They've got to put their money where their mouth is, as Safi has the AWP. Molly in the window, stopping that smoke if it were to land, but instead it's just a re-molly. He's been double flamed out of mid. Flick has to be hit, but he looks down in time. Oh! That's
there we go
from Safi. And now more of that, please.
More of that.
Yeah, we're going to have the refrag, or the follow-up, rather, onto Alter on Cat. So, Bad News Bears shut out of mid right now.
That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, had so many great moments against RBG, right? He looked so good, and if you've seen Safi play before with the AWP, he is capable of fantastic shots. They might get another chance here to prove it as well.
Yeah, they don't have that much nades or utility though, and it's Swisher taking the lead. He's the only one with the smoke and a molly, and he goes down. Looking to be the second round here on the board for paiN Gaming.
He's going to lob it away, get this AWP out of the action. Doesn't want to double AWP, or does he just save? Worthwhile to save.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to aim for. I think paiN might go on the hunt of Rooney, though.
It's also their first gun round, right? So the more players they keep, first one gun round, the more players they keep alive, the better. So they don't want to throw too many bodies at the problem.
Yeah, they can have a little reconnaissance mission, though. You can see they're having a little mooch about. I think Spongy just needs to bed down here and pitch the tent. And we are going to see that AWP in the next round. A nice little gift for his in-game leader, PTR. Like a cat bringing you a mouse.
Delicious.
Indeed. Except one is a functional weapon. And the other is the corpse of a rodent.
Well, you can find a use for anything in today's economy. Probably not that, though. Oh, dear, the window block. That's not perfect. Gonna have a look through the smoke. Up Cat with a lot of flashes.
Oh
wow,
my
there's
God,
nothing
yeah.
to be seen.
I've never heard corpse of a rodent said on air before, man. That's
First
really
time
got
for everything,
me.
right?
This is looking like a B play if ever I've seen one. Right. I'm looking at the map. I'm seeing a lot of little orange over here towards B. And
They have read this though. 3 members here from paiN. PTR that you want to be on the lookout for also on the mini-map. See what kind of shenanigans he gets done. John G rather. Oh, but he actually falls back as well and makes this a full-blown B executes. 3 members here, like I mentioned, from paiN. There are some trades, but I wonder if they're expecting bigger Zero here. They don't, but oh my god, they still managed to get it. Well done on that execute.
Safi was caught in no man's land.
Oh, they don't want to give them away back in, right? But never mind, because John G's here.
Oh!
And whatever he's smoking is great for dealing with paiN, apparently. 7-2 up on the board. And nothing for Nekkers to do.
Oh, I love that. You know, he doesn't even know where the last guy is. It doesn't matter. Still shoots the body, you know? I love Counter-Strike, man.
I mean, he played in Chaos, so this guy knows the thing about BM.
True.
But yeah, man, what else could you ask for there if you're paiN? I feel like you make the right read. You have 3 members there.
Yep.
Safi gets caught, but even when you get them, sure, for Bad News Bears, maybe you make the call of like, oh, this is not the guy that's normally there. Yeah, we see the replay. BM meter, 100%. We used to have those at CS Summits. Throw them under the bus again, production. But maybe it has to come back, all right?
Also, I just realised, aren't we meant to have this magic 8-ball thing that I don't think we've used at all?
I think we called for it once.
And nothing happened.
Maybe one day.
Anyone have any questions for the 8-ball? Oh, we've been told we can do
Will
it.
the magic 8-ball work? That's our question.
All right, we'll think of one up. We'll do it after this round. But look at this, because right now Bad News Bears are up in A. But Safi, oh, he's in a little naughty spot. Look at him. Oh, there it is, creeping out.
Oh,
Tries his hand at the no-scope as well, Safi. Come on, lad. Come on, son. A very exciting AWP player. Very cerebral, very, very quick and aggressive, and usually good to deliver on that aggression. Still up in the Palace, playing a pretty patient game right now. He's dropped that con smoke. That's actually huge, man, to cut off this player that's wrapped all the way through mid to defend the bomb. Now having to play jungle, swung out into the open. John G's been seen.
Oh,
the molly on the bomb has missed its mark, but Spongy gets them off through the smoke. Oh my god, so much damage. And no time for the defuse. Bad News Bears get away with a blinder of a round. What was that?
Robin, help me.
Yeah, a bit lucky.
Yeah, I mean, that's
bit of fortune.
I mean, that whole retake was a bit chaotic, right? Missed the volley first. Do a good job here in the beginning, but Spongy, great position. I can't believe it. I mean, time obviously runs down, and at this point, I wonder if they don't realize it quick enough. The diffuser went down.
I bet the comms are pretty scrambled there.
Absolutely, and that's such an important round as well. When we talk about Bad News Bears, how dominant they've been so far on this T side, but it forces paiN on a save.
Random smoke shot from Swisher. Hearts Out gets poached. And Spongy's holding the aggression off of A. This is perfect. He's not even risking death. He's jumping. It's safe. And they didn't even see him there. They just checked Palace. So he knows they're wrapping the spawn right now. It's a danger for Safi, and he doesn't know it yet. And everyone's come back to kill him. This is great. Look at the amount of players resetting for the A push. Now they get that kill, but they never saw Nekkers, who rerouted through the Palace. So he's in a very, very good spot right now. He's going to hear all of these players run ramp. They think what they're doing is very sneaky. It is anything but. Oh, they hold it though, and Nekkers, he's been given up. Now he does get a second chance at life, and obviously at this point, Bad News Bears know they're walking into opponents, but can they get there in time? PKL pushed away in spawn. Nekkers still hanging around, and he won't get anything as Alta runs. So with a flank coming in on Jonji, doesn't seem like this one will be all too interesting anymore for paiN. They gave it a go, but it was a broken bye nonetheless.
Bad News Bears playing some really good Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah.
Even there you see, right, they line up for A, they pass on Palace. It's the small things, right? Even for the Spongy, smart enough, you know, fall back. He doesn't have to over-peek here and T-spawn. Let's wait for his teammates. Holds the angle as well when the smokes come in. And the most important thing as well is that you see here as well how good of a job Bad News Bear does with always making sure that there's a trade, right? There should never go, you know, a kill unannounced, and something that especially on this half so far they've done a really good job with in ensuring, kind of making sure that the trade does happen.
So I've been thinking about that 8-ball question.
Oh, yeah.
Magic 8-ball.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm excited. What have you come up with,
Well,
Richard?
when I got hired, basically Hoppin said to me, you know, don't be too inflammatory. You know, we're taking a big risk. We know that.
You come with a warning label,
So-
Richard. Keep out of direct sunlight.
But fortunately for us, because you're desperate, Richard, you will do this whole event essentially for a packet of crisps and a fizzy drink. So, with that in mind, Magic 8-ball, will Anonymo win the replayed match against NIP? We're going to find out.
Yeah. Oh, it's rolling.
It's rolling.
The truth.
Very doubtful. Oh, it's not looking good.
Oh,
Sweden clapping their hands right now.
Well, I hope you enjoy the packet of crisps, Richard.
Just had Hotbit in my ear saying that I'm being fined the crisps. So.
Oh, no. Well, looks like Nip weren't the only ones with a packet lost then at the end of that, Richard. 10-2.
That's
In
what we
favour
do
of
around here. I said
Wow.
it. You knock him down.
Oh, the comedy
We're
duo
so
that you didn't
good.
know we needed.
So good. Who needs Thorin?
My God.
Oh. Well, oh yeah, hang on. No, I'm gone as well, Richard. It would appear, actually.
Oh, I see that a job centre, mate.
Double day rates for us, Robin.
yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
Oh my God, Harry, that was some of your best work, I think.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just me and Richard. We go way back, so that's fine. Yeah, the synergy's there.
John's, you got the dehumidifier out at least?
Yeah. He's got the extractor fan on, whirring away above him. Man, no, this is a really good game out of Bad News Bears. This is right. This is right what we wanted. I think it makes this entire phase so exciting that we're seeing a level out of teams. You know, like Bad News Bears. These guys obviously have like a bit more. I can't think of what the word would be. A bit more
spunk?
No, like a bit more hype around them, right? Whereas, like, you know, even guys like RBG, I think they played a really high level. The fact that we are getting like a real good fight out of so many of these teams makes this phase so uncertain for some of the others that, you know, guys like Oplano, I think, are just a really good example. Like, I don't know, coming into this, I thought they were surefire to get through to the next phase, and now I'm kind of thinking, I don't know anymore.
I think a lot of people, you know, there'll be people watching now. It might be the first time they've seen Bad News Bears play, right? But I don't think people realize that what really sort of separates these teams from the ones that are in the next tier. It's a thin margin in a lot of areas, especially in NA right now. You know, we already talked about upset potential for the next round. If Bad News Bears are playing like this, don't rule them out either.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the smaller things that matter in the breaking it, right? Most people nowadays, I feel like there are at least some programs you can use to kind of dry run strats and defaults and get a good understanding for, you know, at least map control and stuff like that. But then it comes in with having the players on the same page, right? Of ensuring, oh, when I make this jump, someone's going to be blocking me or covering my angle, or, you know, the flashbang will hit, or, for example, moments like this, right? Oh, the trade should be here.
Oh, wow.
Because Sarah, though, does get both of them. This is a bit of a half buy. paiN not expecting necessarily to win this round, but makes it a 4-on-2 so far. Bomb does go down at least. Ooh.
Yeah, retake's not won yet, though. They might have the rifles, but time is of the essence, and Biggest Error's moving up catwalk. A late market player in the form of PKL, will that be discounted? Doesn't matter. Double headshot from the two AKs, and the retake is underway. It's paiN Gaming on the board, and it's been a bit of a wait between rounds for them, so nice to see them actually recover here. Get something. Looking for 5 at the half. Far from out the woods yet, though, and Bad News Bears still have much more money to fall back on.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's just been a fantastic T side so far. To your point, 2 more rounds still left to be played. With paiN winning that half buy, though, they at least have money for the last round if they were to lose this one.
Yeah.
Same really can't be said for Bad News Bears. Kind of at least hoping for a bomb plant here.
Yeah,
Round
real
win
potential
is a
for a
given.
10-5 half here, which you figure paiN would desperately need. Keep within touching distance.
Oh, he keeps
Alright.
it going. Bit of a break in the action, but he's breaking skulls. 2 kills and the bomb loose. PTR's going to molly, but good luck getting him out of this position. Smoke on the site, nade to follow, just dumping grenades and dumping bodies in the ditch. 2 Ts left up.
So important for
Nowhere to
Nick this
go.
year. Yeah, he gets a 2, but just him staying alive is so important. What a hold here from paiN. Safi does go down. We'll be a little bit mindful here. We still have money, but not throw everyone down in the dumps here. But good position for Biggest. They want to throw the op away. Not gonna happen. It wouldn't have mattered. Have plenty of money to be dropping Safi one. There is a potential here, I was gonna say, to seeing a double op setup here now. Maybe even a triple op setup. How about that, guys?
Yeah, why not?
Why
We've
not?
seen
Yeah.
Brazilian teams like Furia go for it, right? Especially
do it
on a
away?
map like Mirage.
No,
It's
come
on the ground.
Yeah,
The options
he's
are
gonna
there.
bring
Pick your
both.
poison.
Let's bring them both. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
2 AKs
All right,
to
triple
support,
Triple up. This is like a bit of a Fury
Here's the
classic.
thing though, against the pistols, potentially a B rush.
If you give a pistol an AWP in a post plant, things
It can eat
get
for
out
a
of
day.
control. Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you teach a pistol to all, it can eat forever. I don't know where that goes, but look at this. Hard's out. He's got his AWP. And, well, the molly's gone in. Just give it a sec. Hang on. It'll get cool again. Just, there we go. Right now, look, he's got the AWP. Hard's out. Ready and waiting. Flashed off the angle, PK out, pressure's on, and blinded. He goes down after 1. Hardzao is now having to dance around the back of the site. He's dead in the water. Safi trying to do what he can. Ultimately, he's set them up for a 3-on-3 retake to round out the half, but one of these AWPs in the hands of Swisher, trying to put it to good use. And Safi on the receiving end, they might regret running this triple AWP. They might regret putting one in the hands of this man as he tears them apart with it. Just Big Zera remaining. And a 1v3 up against the 4-spy to close the half. Good opener, but traded after 1. Bad News Bears, they finish up on 11. The B play does right by them, and they're looking to get this first map over the line in a convincing fashion. Find out if they can in just a minute. Stick around.
So, Bad News Bears in a strong position, looking to eliminate paiN from their lives by taking this first map. We'll see if the Brazilians can bounce back right now.
Yeah, dominant T side for Bad News Bears. Swisher with a dual elites. Yeah, was he the one who picked it up with Jonji yesterday on train? Anyway,
Yeah, I
they're
think
hitting the
so.
A-bomb side here for paiN. 1 set of nades.
Oh, trades back, forth, front, left, right. Good night. It's somehow paiN up by a man. They've even got window as well. Swisher's walking past this, but he could get backstabbed. Safi doesn't want to drop and make noise. Swisher's considering the jungle, and Jonji has the util in CT, starting to lob it in now. There's no plant though. This bomb is still trapped back on Tetris. Safi does find that rotate, and all the kills come in. No plant needed. paiN get on the board, and well, yeah, early is good as well. Winning a pistol, hopefully able to convert it and make this game competitive after all.
Here's one for you, Harry. Last time I saw that many melons get popped, Gallagher was on stage.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I'm not going to pretend like I know this, Richard.
There you go, see? That's for the boomers. Basically,
Yeah. Could you explain it?
so Gallagher
Yeah,
was,
jokes get
was,
funnier
was
when you
a
explain.
Yeah.
comedian, in air
Right.
quotes. His act was he would come on stage and he would literally smash watermelons with a sledgehammer.
Wow.
Oh.
Hilarious.
Wait, hang on a sec.
Only in
that was the
America
whole
could
bit.
wasting food be funny.
Man, no, hang on, I'm gonna Google it. I almost don't believe that this was like was that all he did?
I think you might have smashed other things. Bit of homework for you there, Harry.
The first picture is just him with a melon.
Yep.
You actually weren't kidding.
That was the crescendo, yeah. That was the bit.
Known for smashing watermelons.
The punchline is just the same every time, though.
Yeah, how do you like vary that up?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you sat in the front row with a raincoat on. Ha, I'm covered in melon. Ha, ha, ha.
It's like he heard about, you know, the smashing pumpkins and was like, fuck, that's a brilliant idea for an act right there.
Never saw
Look
them
at
though.
No.
He just made an assumption.
Yeah, just on the name, he was like, wow. I mean, if they're doing it, I could do it. What's better than a pumpkin? Melons. They're like the big green one. And well, speaking of
Don't
the
you
big
dare
green,
try and segue off that.
are we
No,
going to
I'm
see...
vetoing that segue
Harry-
right now.
Harry
This is
had-
outrageous.
Harry has a talent where he starts a sentence and he doesn't know where he's going for it, and he tries in the 2 seconds to figure out where the hell is this going.
I thought
And
a two
speaking
potential...
of the big green one, like, no, you stop right there, sir. Segway
never-
police. Officer Lewis.
Pull block, rock it
Walk
up.
up now.
Segway, please. Oh, I mean, you know, we have fun at least, and no one could tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Safi down here in middle. Guy's got an AK, not the AWP, not that big green out yet. As the Lincoln, little late. Safi still just waiting for a short peek that isn't going to get delivered. Instead, it's like this little bait and switch setup, right? John G trying to get the attention, hoping that it'll lead them into this ladder room player. Right now, paiN is just spread out and holding this default all across the map. They've got great control right now, right? You know, they've got middle, they've held on to ramp and palace, and no one for Bad News Bears has pushed A. They've been holding on to apartments, so you know that Bad News Bears don't have any information here. And you're anticipating they're probably just going to gamble stack on the back of that, right? And you can see that's what they've done, sending 5 over towards B. And as this is happening, paiN are moving into A. So this is a perfect round out of paiN Gaming.
Yeah, and considering this is also the last of the ecos for Bad News Bears, they have a bunch of armors they can save at least, so saving some money for next if they don't go for this. No kit. But I like this. We've talked about that a good amount this event so far. Bad News Bears, we've seen that as well yesterday, that they do have some sort of a plan for these half buys and eco rounds. And with that kill, actually, they might be going for this. They have to be a little bit snappy with it, though. Let's remember, no kit.
Speed is the aim of the game. And so the snails line up in spawn. There's the flash, and out they go, hopping into Nekiz. At this point, it's looking pretty dusted. Nekiz hunting, and going to get the 8k out of here as well. Does die. It's a bit of money for Spongy. That's it. 11-7 paiN coming alive to begin their T-half, but we're all waiting for the gun rounds, and wait no longer. Here they are. AWPs are plenty. You could get a double if you want in the first rifle round, but looks like it would just be PTR.
You've got me thinking about the in-depth, like, you know, imagine being a snail, like you've evolved into that. And you've got like this little shell that doesn't actually protect you from anything. You're really slow.
And you're soaking wet in
Yeah, you're just
something.
slimy all the time.
Not fun, right?
God, that would suck. Also, salt, like one of the most delicious things ever. Man, wait, can snails eat salt?
No, they get melted.
Well,
I thought that was
can't,
slugs.
It's all
Slug
the same.
snails. Oh, that's a nice shot.
It's all the same,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
slugs are just snails without homes, you know?
Yeah.
that's a good like Christmas cracker joke right there,
Yeah.
not it? Right?
Try
Look at
not
this
to think
peeking.
about slugs while I'm having my dinner, like, don't know about you. Wouldn't be happy if that came out of a cracker.
Ooh.
Where do you go from here then? Man down. Not getting anything in mid. Smokes are in. They seem to barely be able to make up their mind, but B is the important call, bomb going apps. And a deep player as well. If we have a jump spot, or if PTR just gets a shot off here, they're never, ever going to check for Jonji. But he's not looking. Is that a promise? No, because PTR's not peeking. So if he doesn't peek, if they don't see him, they might check for Jonji. I can't tell you, Harry. Only time will tell.
Very tough spot to be in, though, if you're paiN. You decide to B split here, but Bad News Bears having 3 members on this side. Swisher go with the timing. Oh, and they cleared because of that. Okay. Now we have a round.
Oh. Swisher's in fast on the flank at least, but Bomb's going to be able to go down. There's still 2 players tucked in at E-Box as well. Swisher going to clear him. Oh, it's a mess. And he gets a lot of damage. Needs to be communicated. Low HP. Spongy finishes. Tries to continue the spray. Oh. And it's going to be Alta, not him, stealing that kill. That wasn't Spongy. Don't you worry. It was Alta killing the car player. Spongy sponging up the bodies and getting the defuse in. It looked pretty good, though.
That was a very fast and chaotic retake.
Just the way we like him.
I can't believe it. Swisher was probably holding that angle as well most of that round. Looks away, both of them cross. Creates this very chaotic kind of situation. But because of that, obviously Swisher very fast on that flank. Gets one, dinks the other one. And just a nice little sequence at the end. For paiN, did get the bomb down. Had some money from before, so another buy. WP on Safi. Fast mid take.
Oh, somehow not finishing the job. It's Alta grabbing the AWP as well. Considering he's low, that's a good save. And so now he's going to be a lot more viable in this round. Jonji tugged to B, but there's a double setup. Oh, flash popping and Jonji peeking with it. Sends Safi back. He's still interested though with this AWP. Bomb's back in spawn, but no one has aggressed for Bad News Bears. Still just anchoring their bomb sites, 2-2. Oh, that flash is great for info as well. You know a player is now in con. The spam from Neck is.
If anything, that could actually be a good sell for paiN though, considering Bomb is moving over to B.
Yeah, it was going A until that, so maybe that made them even change their mind. And Jonji's aggressed, falling for it also. So the fake is sold, and now the commitment is here. It's Swisher at the door. He's got to stop anyone from getting in. They've already crossed car, and now he's a bit screwed. Dropping mollies. They're behind you, buddy.
Hello?
Somehow getting one, jumping out. But yeah, that's exactly what you deserve. PKL finds that frag, and B is lost.
Yeah, it's another one of these retakes, right? But you imagine it's just a save, and now it's really solidified. Now it's really driven home. Spongy's just got to hang his head in shame, you know, walk home, and let that 8th round appear up on the scoreboard for paiN Gaming.
Yeah, not often accidental flash and you spraying because you flashed pays off. But that fake was sold. Surprised, it was looking a little bit dangerous. They weren't killing Swisher fast enough, I felt like. He was just back aside, chilling. And yeah, not the best of rounds to lose if you're Bad News Bears. Force on a save.
Hype.
My God.
I just want to see Jonji, honestly.
What, his cam?
Yeah.
It's just a thick plume of smoke now. He can't even see, like, you know, you've got like half a meter of visibility.
Turns out he's just a genie. And he was just coiling out of the bottle ready to play some Counter-Strike. See, there he is. You ain't never had a friend like him.
I'm really curious about his room layout because it like extends around the corner.
It's like a TARDIS.
Like, what shape is it? And the bed's like in the middle of the room. It's really odd.
Yeah, when you were there last time, it looked totally different.
It did, man. There were clothes everywhere.
Mainly yours.
Timeout was called.
Yes.
For
I
round
love
21.
you, Robin, man. You're so good.
I got you, man.
Thank you. Dodgy, let's go, my son. Flick shot. Caught. So, yeah, it'll just be another one of them saves, I reckon. Couple more of them, please.
Great, yeah.
This is really nice out of paiN Gaming, though, right? Like, to come into this second half on the back foot, the fact that they're cobbling this together on the back of these B executes that Bad News Bears just don't have an answer to right now, right? Outside of that, like, nice clutch from Swisher and Alter, or actually, no, it was Spongy and Alter, rather. You know, that was the individuals going above and beyond, you know, kind of the Call of Duty, like what was required of them. And outside of that, when you don't have these big individual heroic moments, the B site has looked very, very vulnerable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially with paiN Gaming's fast pace here in mid. 12-9, just win one CT round so far for Bad News Bears on this side. So the counter is double op setup, PTR and Jonji. There's a fast mid take for PTR, but he gets flashed. PKL has really been a nuisance here in mid as of late.
They've boosted Silent as well. No one knows. Window is corrupted. Neckers, he could flank market. And he's going to do exactly that, wrapping CT spawn. B has been so good to paiN, and well, it's going to be great in this round because there's only one man there, and Swisher's dead. Just got to wait for the shot to connect, and Neckers is lining it up. I love this. He's stalling the kill. He's looking for more, but also he's letting his team group.
Oh.
The further deep they get... Oh, knife? Okay. Oh, now you can't really... Oh, he's been spotted. Quick kill comes through at least, but John G has now seen all these players in the bomb site. Smoked off, might have to just be a save. Throw in the towel. And double digits to paiN. What a recovery this is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes, you mentioned it, you know, that B bomb site, but that's a nice little round in mid there as well. Jonji has that AWP aggressive by that palace area on A. He gets a kill, but in the process, Neckers has been boosted up, goes towards that B, does a really good job in not shooting off the bat. It wouldn't really have mattered nonetheless. We know that the bomb site was completely open. But yeah, lovely stuff. And now they're on the hunt. They know the money is getting better and better. And for them, they're all about trying to get some guns away here now. Having 3 saved weapons on CT side, you will always be able to buy, right? Like, it's always dangerous. Especially with that hit squad, even if you have a pistol on one of the guys, you tend to trade. And who would have thought? Very dominant T side from Bad News Bears, but haven't really been having a lot of luck on their CT side so far. Just the one round to their name. And it comes at the back of the B bomb site getting a little bit exploited.
Yeah, and you know, like, even the kind of mind game that begins around about now is very intense, right? Like, they just keep taking away your B. This is where you're kind of getting worried, and you might feel tempted to lean more heavy into that B bomb site, but you know the round that you try and do that, that's the round that you get dealt a fast A play, or maybe, you know, a slow default that ends up in an A site execute. It becomes very, very strenuous now, right? The cooling is no longer, yeah, guys, you know, we're doing great. They can't piece us together. We're in the lead. You know, you're feeling them catch up. They found the hole to exploit, and in trying to patch the wound, you might end up making matters worse. It's a very rough spot to be in for Bad News Bears, considering how one-sided that first half was.
Yeah, and I feel like we haven't had a lot from the CTAWP as well. PTR has been, you know, taking a lot of fights, but not getting any advantages here either in this second half. If he can start to find 5-on-4s, that can make things a lot easier. Now we have a bit of a change of the grain, Harry, you called it. The triple B is here for Bad News Bears. Oh, but what are paiN doing? They're running out ramp. They're going straight into the A side. Ramp flash out, and Spongy and Alter are going to have to give it up. They've been cordoned out by Util. Spongy still in spawn. Lots of flashes can be used on this retake, but paiN 5-on-5 in the post bar, not the most common scenario. There's a random couple of trade kills coming through in middle and through smokes in the jungle. And more Molotovs. paiN, when you take a site this early, you're going to have so much more spare util to use in the post plant, but that goes both ways. Molly double smoke left on this retake for Bad News Bears. BTR waiting for a peek, and he gets it. Quick shot to Hard Zao. Smoke on the bomb would make all the difference here, but he gets caught in the cross, and now Big Zera is coming from middle. He can't see the defuse yet, but they haven't tapped it, and now they do. He's going to be forced to fight. Safi with the orb, getting another. The defuse is happening, and he sprayed from short. Lineup double kill from Big Zera to get paiN over the line. It's not a pretty round by any means, but it is a 1-1.
Yeah, and a change of pace as well. They call the timeout themselves and ends up with a fast A-take. Retake's almost there, but Big Zera managed to get over to mid on time. Gets a double.
This is terrifying now for Bad News Bears. They've got nothing to rely on. The one time they take a pause, they figure it out, they put numbers B to stop what has been happening round after round, they just get duped. So the mind games are indeed underway. Bit of a mid push in this one. Scout spotting and the pistol finishing the job. Nice little combo. A 1-2 punch from the Bears. Because they're going to try and kill this player with the AK, but he will get out. Actually, he didn't grab a gun. Oh, he jumps, and the jump causes his death into PKL above. And he never even got the gun, so it's not retrievable for anyone in middle. 4v4, not the worst position, but this could have been far more comfortable. And now the retake on mid. It's all down to PTR Scout.
Yeah, falls back though. And this is something we've seen before as well from paiN. Just walk your way up in mid. Nades are being thrown here though, but they do end up going towards that B bomb side again.
Oh, okay. John G. Oh, it's gotten more ugly as it goes on, but he's getting pushed and he's still alive, still able to do something, anything. There it is. The connection onto Hard Zao leaves it all on the back of PKL. A 1v3 up against these pistols, and it might be death by 1,000 cuts for PKL. He's going to have to respond, tap it away, runs out of ammo onto the Glock, but no way!
No way!
PKL, the dream catcher, snatches it all away from Bad News Bears, and now ties the game up at 12-12. They are going to be kicking themselves on the side of Bad News Bears. We know the guys like PTR, he said he likes everything to be mapped out. He likes it to be clean. Well, that was disgusting.
I can't believe it. I felt it was sloppy from paiN from before as well. You see John G there. It's a little bit, you get a little bit stressed, right? You try and kill him off. You kind of forget about everything else, which ends up in that situation for PKL in a 1-on-3, and you kind of see him as well. He's pretty smart. He starts to tap. He realizes he doesn't have a lot of bullets left. Gets the first one, misses then after, and then when the Glock gets picked up, 20 seconds is when all this happens. All they had to do was wait. He needs to plant the bomb.
I love a little pause there as well, though, just to make Bad News Bears stew on that one. Fantastic. Because that is a tilting round to lose.
Yeah, that was your opportunity to finally get your second CT round. And now instead, it's even Stevens, 12 apiece. And now this buy is great, right? We have double AWP as well, but back to the A site with a heavy ramp setup. 2 CTs hit. That bait smoke is nice. It's a closer player in. Alta gets checked. Why does he get checked? I don't know, but it is a perfect read by PKL, who is keeping it up from the previous round. Double AWP and saving it. They want nothing to do with this retake, and I can barely blame them. They've even lost another player in the post plant. That's a mid-lurk from Nekiz. And now, I mean, it's not guaranteed you're even saving. Look at the spread. paiN putting players everywhere to try and cut these rotates down and deny any kind of weaponry in that follow-up round. They've got the lead for the first time this game.
God, and look at this commitment to the hunt. They know that taking away even one of these orbs has such huge implications.
Wow.
They won't part ways with them. Man, when's this when the kills matter? You know, like that's a good little save out of the AWPs. But, you know, the more striking thing here is that paiN win the round, they take the lead, and perhaps most importantly, even with the save, the future of Bad News Bears is fairly uncertain, right? They're able to put together a buy because they hold on to those 2 orbs. But if they lose this next round, it's 14-12. They've got no money, and at that point, it's feeling as good as done.
Oh, and then adding that doesn't do any help to Alta. 6-21 right now, having a mare of a game. Put down on the ramp cross. Jonji throwing caution to the wind, taking an Apps fight with the orb, but at this point, someone needs to do something magical because paiN are not giving away much. We've got this one player deep in B. Nekkers has walked the smoke. Jonji's waiting for the drop. Oh, Jonji. Hit flash in the meantime. Jonji does win his B fight. Swisher deals a PKL out of nowhere. We have a bit of a resurgence, a bit of a recovery. PTR keeps the advantage. And 2 Ts left up.
Oh yeah, but look at Big Zera. Deep within this A-bomb site. Oh, little Molotov, but he's got one as well. You want to play with fire? You might get burned, Spongy. You might get burned. Burnt out from behind CT, and now the A site opened up, but it's not an A play. Look at the bomb on the back of Safi in towards B. Big Zera is selling one hell of a fake, and Bad News Bears have fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker. These double AWPs that Bad News Bears had to fight to hold on to now have got to show. They
don't even know that it's on the other side right now.
Boys, you can hear it. The bomb makes a ticking noise when it's planted. They're looking for this fight still. They want to deal with the player in A. Now they should realize that they're still. Okay, here we go.
Mate.
Now they're like, oh, it's B.
Big Molly, they got to go through. Does he know? They're running through it. It's very loud. Nice flick. And now Jonji's up. Safi's playing with his food, and he's not going to let him have it. 14-12. Oh, the humanity.
Yep,
what rounds we're getting. Yeah.
Full tilt. They are melting like an ice cream that's been dropped on the beach on a hot summer's day. There's an image for you, Harry.
I do like your imagery, Richard. It's great, man.
But it's shocking, you know? I mean, you can just see they're just not in a great spot right now mentally. They've thrown like a number of silly rounds away and things like that when it's like, man, we bought that fake hook, line, and sinker. You know, they're really under the cosh now.
And you know, this is something that we said just a moment ago, but it's like PTR was saying, I am someone who likes it structured, you know, likes to know what's happening, likes everything to be planned out. And these rounds are just turned into chaos, man. Like, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to what's been going on for Bad News Bears. And so, yeah, I think it would be very, very easy to start to get in your own head, you know, like this is now, what, like 3 rounds you've kind of had in the bag, it felt like, or you've at least had a chance in. And they've eluded you. And you imagine how different this scoreline would be if that had gone the other way, right? Bad News Bears could be the ones on the precipice of closing out this map, as it felt like was going to happen all the way back at that first half when they were 11-4 up.
Giving credit, though, to paiN as well to manage to get out of that chaos. Ahead.
Well, you just had some unbelievable explosive rounds, you know. Big Zera. He might be the #1 Zera in Brazil at the moment.
Strong statement.
Stand by my words. Shout out to the boys at Sprout.
Oh, the con flash does nothing. Hard's out up to the corner with a double, and the sniper gives it a go, but ultimately looking worse for wear. Nekkers knows he's going to get repeat, but it's just from PTR there, and everyone else getting fragged and bagged. It's Hard's out with a third. B is lost, and as probably the round falling the same way. Now, Jonji has a kit. That is temptation enough. But how will it go in this 2v3?
Well, PTR going to be the first point of contact, and he's bested by PKL. Jonji, you know, he's hanging about. He wants to try and do something, bless him. But ultimately, this is going to be 15 on the board for paiN, unless he's able to, like, swoop in and ninja defuse the bomb. It looks... Is it planted for Apps?
He wants to.
He could.
They won't let him.
If he gets... Oh my god! Okay, thank the Lord
Fair play.
that Safi's so quick. The thing that was scary, the way that was possible, is if Jonji actually took that fight, everyone else was hunting. It was only Safi in the bomb site, so... Oh, that was almost a little cheeky defuse.
It's nice that Safi's staying there like a captain, right, going down with his ship, because they have all the money in the world. Like, they're not looking at an eco in these last 3 rounds, so he can die with the AWP, and it doesn't change a thing. Absolutely worth it to hang around for that play. My God. Nice try from Jonji. Something like that would be like the only way Bad News Bears can get around, given how this game is going, right? So you got to admire the attempt, but... So
yeah,
close,
I mean, nothing has been going their way this side so far.
3 chances to close. I'm very glad I changed my prediction on round 2. Because right now, it's all coming up paiN.
We've just had it from the CS Summit admin that you can't do that, and you must stand by your original prediction.
Yeah, so now it just leaves me.
I won't be working another Summit event if you don't let me change my prediction. So keep that in mind.
A lot of requirements here.
Yeah. Man, get the credit.
Ooh, I can't believe they walk up as well, but he whipped it.
Oh!
Maybe that's the start that Bad News Bears needs. Alter as well had a rough map so far. Wonder if they're going to be clearing this. They won't.
Well, this just in, Bad News Bears dropping the word news from their name.
paiN Gaming, dishing it out in high supply. Take your meds and back to bed for the Bears, because they just got swept after a dominant first half. Can paiN keep it going? Can they find the 2-0? They're gunning for it. Find out in a minute.